Good morning, Twin Flame, Twin Soul, Soulmates, Fated Connections. This is Brainy Twin Gemini for February 6th, 2020. First and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs, the sense of community on our channel. It really warms my heart, and I love you all so, so much. As many of you know, I'm a guide during this journey, and I get signs and syncs every single day. And I believe these signs and syncs are messages that I need to deliver to you while you're on the sacred journey. Um, Today, well, in the last 24 hours, there's been some crazy signs and syncs. And just so you know, every day, every morning, I wake up and I have these thoughts, these words of wisdom, I guess. And I am just so grateful for and gracious for the words and the knowledge and the wisdom that I am blessed with every single day as I endeavor this journey. And I believe that I have to share these words of wisdom with you. I don't know how they come, where they come, why they come, but they just do. And you know, some days are the messages are stronger than others. I don't do videos every single day. I do them when I'm pushed and nudged. And today I was pushed and nudged to do a video because there were some pretty significant things that happened in the last 24 hours. So I'm going to go over the signs and sayings. I primarily just flip the cards out of entertainment purposes. Everything I do in journals that are right here. And that's where all of my gifts go to, a pen to paper. And as soon as I get the pen in my hand is divinely guided. If you actually saw how quickly I write, it's insane. How quickly I write. It's like somebody's guiding my pen to the paper. So again, some crazy signs, some crazy syncs. So I'll go over the number sequencing now. 11, 11, 555, 717, 711, 222, 333, 1212, 111. I'm going to go over some. There's last night after I went to the gym, I came home and I'm like, I'm catching a cold. Great. I was extremely congested, but I'm fine this morning. So I really don't know where this stuff comes from, but the only thing I can think of with the congestion is, it's that for many of you, the third eye, is opening because it's prevalent in like the nasal area, and it's located in the center of the forehead, and it governs the pituitary gland, the lower brain, nervous system, the ears, nose, and eyes. It is how we see things both physically and intuitively. When developed, it improves our intuitive abilities, helps us to see clearly the big picture. So then, after, like I meditate every single day in an Epsom salt bath to help clear energy. If you're blocked by, like, I really strongly urge you to have Epsom salt baths. Very, very, very therapeutic. But anyways, when I got out of the bath, when I went to go brush my teeth, I was doubled over in stomach pain. It lasts for like, I don't know, a few seconds. But I think that's the sacral chakra. And that's located, in the sexual organs. It governs the abdomen, sex organs, lower back. When developed, it improves our connection to others, creativity, success, or sexual fulfillment, and the ability to accept change. So those are the crazy things that, from a physical standpoint, and these are not my physical symptoms. I just don't know where I get them from. But it's fast, furious, brief, and it goes. And I swore I was getting a cold last night. There was some left chest pain as well. Um, and there has been some anxiety, but I'm primarily feeling love, unconditional love, mirroring back and forth between the twins. This has been going on for the last several days, and it's amazing, and I love it so much. The hawks, well, I've just given up on those things. I saw four of them. Four is my birth number. It never ceases to amaze me, these hawks. I mean, I drive on the highway, there's cars in front of me, there's cars behind me. Why they swoop past my car is beyond me. One came out of the bushes and scared the living shit out of me, and just flew past my car. It's crazy. Two of them were flying together. I just feel these hawks are protecting me for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, there was four of them. I love them. I love them so much. Eternal love, past life, spiritual wisdom, knowledge, all good things come with hawks. Like I said, nothing ceases to amaze me. But one of the things that happened yesterday, I was at a stoplight, and there was a dog And I just love dogs so much. Well, I love all species, to be quite honest, but um, his head was hanging out the window. It was a Rottweiler, and I just felt compelled to roll down my window and look at this dog. You know, I see dogs every single day, people walking dogs, but this dog just spoke out to me for some reason, and I just was talking to the dog. I'm like, "Aw," and he just perked his ears up and he looked right at me, and I looked right into this dog's soul. I swear to you, and I loved it. And so, you know, I've never really went on about how, you know, dogs or whatever, and there's, you know, the spirituality of dogs. So I looked it up today because I mean, I've had a dog. I've had pretty much dogs all my life. But what I found was absolutely unbelievable. And a dog is for those that love unconditionally. And I couldn't believe it because there's been so much unconditional love. And why of all days would I resonate with this dog? So, this is a message of unconditional love. And a dog represents adventure, constancy, uh, curiosity, devotion, friendship, loyalty, protections, patience, vocalizing truths, unconditional love, and hearing beyond the veil. I love it. I love it so much. Um, just want to see if there's anything else. I usually let the cards fall the way they fall. Two songs, Ozzy Osbourne, Mama, I'm Coming Home, and Stained Outside. And yeah, so I'm going to get started. If the cards don't come out, then I will always embellish with my journal. But they always normally do. So I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for 4 cards. Normally what I do is kind of what's in the DM's headspace. What are they like endeavoring as of now? We live in the now. We don't live in the past. We don't live in the future. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels. And again, thank you so much for all your love. I really do appreciate it. It really does warm my heart. I can totally shuffle these one more time. It really does warm my heart. And the emails too. I love you all so, so much. This is 3, I'll take them. Yep. All right. So pretty much the cards never cease to amaze me. Truth. A couple of things going on with this card here. When you endeavor this journey, there's a lot of things that the twins keep from each other, primarily out of protection for one another. The divine masculine particularly wasn't completely truthful. This card came out the other day. It's a message. The message needs to be heard. Wasn't completely truthful to the divine feminine, and that's strictly out of protection. And divine feminine, you may feel like there was something going on that the divine masculine wasn't telling you. You had this intuition, you had this deep sense of knowing that there was something going on with her life that you weren't, you weren't a part of, and you didn't feel like they completely let you in. This is absolutely out of protection. Protection for the connection and protection for you, divine feminine. But the truth is coming, and the truth will come to you in ways that maybe the divine masculine won't even tell you. If this is truly your journey and you are on this journey, I always say you come in to wake each other up. You come to wake each other up, to heal wounds, to evolve spiritually, just to get to a higher sense of yourself. But the truth comes to you in many forms. You just have to be aware, and you have to be cognizant of the truth. And if this is your journey, the truth will come to you when it's meant to come. But the truth is coming, and you will know exactly everything you need to know about this journey, because this journey is divinely guided, and you will get the answers, and the clarity whenever you need it, whenever as you evolve throughout the journey. But the truth is coming, and I love it. I love it so much. I see this third party card here. And you see like there's 3 people here. I never ever resonate this card with like a third party, like marriage or anything like that, because as many of you know, I don't support that. I just don't feel that the divine would come in and break up a marriage. But again, maybe they come in and wake you up to marriage. I have no idea, but I do not support that. But anyways, the way I look at third party is third party. And I always say it's primarily family and friends. There's distractions, there's interference. Um, the divine masculine and or divine feminine protects each other from these outside influences, primarily because they don't support, um, this journey, or, they don't understand the journey, or the people in their life are not serving them and they're toxic. And that's one of the things you have to, when you endeavor the journey, you have to, and again, the truths come when they're meant to come. You just wake up one day and you have an epiphany. Oh, this person's not serving me. You know, I need to, seriously evaluate, how you have to do what's best for you. And the whole purpose of this journey is getting to a higher sense of yourself and getting to that wholeness within, that bliss, the harmony, the peace, the enlightenment. And you naturally just remove the things that are not working. And a lot of it has to do with family and friends, believe it or not. You know, um, we love, and it's difficult, but some people in our lives just don't serve us. And what I always say is just come from a place of pure unconditional love. And if they're not serving you, just say, I need some time to myself. I need to heal. Do it in a loving way, and push them out in a loving way. But at the end of the day, it's all about healing you. Many of you that come into this journey are wounded warriors, and you're meant to open that heart back up because your heart is closed. You have a small fragment of your heart open, but you're meant to open your heart wide and get to a state of unconditional love. Hence the dog. And, that's what this journey is about. Raising the frequency within and raising the frequency within the world. But there is definitely third-party distractions. And that's the part of the journey. And whether or not you can see what those third-party distractions are. You may never see them, you know? But if you're truly on this journey, you will be given the wisdom, the guidance, and the knowledge to see what you need to get out of your life. True love, I love it. I love it so much. This card keeps coming out. This is true love. This is eternal love. This is past life love. This is the love. It's a gift. It's one of the most precious gifts you could ever receive in a lifetime because it's the most profound love. And this person comes into your life to open your heart back up. And it is such a sacred blessing because they come in and open up your heart because you've closed your heart because something's happened, in your life, and you've closed your heart. And that's strictly out of protection for you, right? You have to, you have to do what's best for you. But this person comes in to open your heart back up and show you what true love looks like. And, and it's so amazing. And I love it so much. Winter, I'm in Canada. It's winter right now. As a matter of speaking, it's storming out, it's snowing. Um, you know, what I've been saying for a lot of you, communication in the fall, long-term commitment in the winter. It's winter now. There's traction for many of you that are doing the work. But as you evolve throughout the journey, you realize that the long-term commitment is within. It's absolutely beautiful, and I love it so much. Yeah, so great. And for those of you that are doing the work, amazing. This is a tough endeavor. It's not, I always say it every single time, it's not a Cinderella story. I wish it was. So, oops, that was an epic fail. I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for 4 cards. If the divine masculine could say anything to the divine feminine right now, what would it be? And again, I don't know, I'm having epic fails with these shuffles today. Again, we live in the now. Don't let the past or the future rob you of the now. As I always say, another day is another blessing. Way too many. Love it. 3. Thank you very much. I cannot believe it. I can see these cards already. Yeah, nothing ever ceases to amaze me. Grounding, trees, you know, right now there's a lot of grounding going on. Go grab a tree, hug a tree. I know it sounds silly, but nature is, one of the best places to be in order to ground yourself. Sit on a rock if you can. I know if I'm in I'm in Canada, so I'm not going to be hugging trees or sitting on rocks anytime soon, but getting out into nature and just sitting there and grounding yourself, it's amazing what nature can do to one's soul. Grounding is very, very important. Clearing that energy, getting rid of, some of the toxic elements in your body. I'm a sponge. Unfortunately, I take on a lot of negative energy from a lot of people. And it's just the nature of the beast, I guess, with a gift. But I ground every single day, primarily right now with Epsom salt and water. But I mean, you have to get to a point where you just ground yourself. And the best way to do it is within nature. If you're, wherever you are in the world, get out into the sun for, like, even if it's 2 minutes. That's the most purest planet that we have. It's here for a reason. So grounding, grounding, grounding. That's what the divine masculine wants to say to you, divine feminine. It's tough endeavor, but once you ground yourself, you just become clear. Your energy becomes clear, and you just, grounding is very important. Basically, what I was saying about the sacral chakra, there's still a lot of sexual energy, and as you know, this stuff can't be cheated. There's a lot of I can't speak. Sexual energy mirroring back and forth between the twins, and if you were intimate on this journey, not everyone was intimate, And again, what resonates, resonates. What doesn't. Please don't leave comments on the wall saying it doesn't resonate. Send me an email. I welcome your email. I welcome your feedback. I gladly will take your email. But just don't disrupt the energy of the channel, please. Yeah, sexual energy. And if you were intimate, it was the most blissful intimacy. It's not even describable in words. You naturally flow to each other, naturally. It was raw, vulnerable. You loved with zero inhibitions. But you have a lot of sexual energy between the two, and primarily divine masculine is feeling that sexual energy. I love it. I love it so much. Absolutely was feeling that in the last couple of days, for sure. Angel. The divine masculine views you as an angel. You came into a point in their life where, they had, you come into a point in each other's lives where you just do. I can't explain it. The divine comes in and brings you together to open up your heart. And if this is truly your journey, you view each other as an angel. I firmly believe that, my parents had a lot to do with my journey. As I said, some of us come in wounded, and we're meant to open each other up, and we're meant to heal past hurt, get to a point of self-love, self-worth, and unconditional love. And it is an absolute blessing, this journey. And it's a love that, so profound, words don't even do it justice. And even if, the outcome isn't physical unity, at least you were blessed enough with this gift to have it in a lifetime. Some people don't even have that, And the divine masculine absolutely views you as an angel. This is the most blessed gift. It's a sacred journey that anyone can ever endeavor. And once you have that gratitude and grace in your heart, I believe that you will endeavor and move forward on the journey. You have to have gratitude. You can't always ask without thanks. And, that's exactly what you are to each other on this journey. You're angels. I love it. I love it so much. This card is freaking me out right now. And I'm going to write what I wrote in my journal because I can't believe this came out and I feel like I have to write this. So this is what I wrote in my journal. It says, sometimes our minds, thoughts, and words interfere with our hearts. We have to learn to trust ourselves and what is in our hearts. And that primarily stems from the ego. So I can't believe that card came out. So and this is one of the things I woke up with today. And the wisdom, the knowledge, I'm so gracious for all of this. But again, our mind, our thoughts, and our words, that's our ego. And our ego always interferes with our heart. And you have to get to a place of unconditional love. We have a brain, we have a heart. Our heart centers our body. And I feel that if you think more with your heart and less with your head, which primarily is your ego, then, you'll get to that state of unconditional love. And I can't believe this. And another thing I wrote in my journal today is the ego, is we live in this world, this 3D world. And, everybody has an ego. Everyone has an ego. And sometimes we get trapped in others people's egos, if that makes any sense to you. And you feed into their egos, if that makes any sense to you. And you really have to get to a place of unconditional love, and that's loving freely without condition. It's a tough endeavor. That ego, man, it's powerful. And you have to have a healthy ego, right? A healthy ego. And primarily letting a lot of the, what's in the mind. And it's the doubt, it's the confusion, it's the fear, it's the anger. There's a lot of things with that ego. That's the mind, your mind. And as you endeavor the journey, your mind is always, wanting to overpower the heart. And sometimes the mind wins and the ego wins. But if you let the ego win, you won't endeavor the journey. And you have to let the heart win, always. Because when the heart wins, you have the faith, you have the trust, you have the belief, and you have the bliss, and you have the harmony, and you have the enlightenment within. So just be careful with that ego. And I always say every single morning, I'm not going to let my ego win today. It's tough because so many people come from a voice of a very, very big ego. But you just have to say, I love freely without condition. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, and most importantly, for the divine masculines, that ego is pretty much dead, which is good. And lastly, I'm going to do what the overall energy of the connection is as of now. There, thank you. The other ones were pathetic. I'm going to call it my guardian angels. Thank you. This card comes coming out again. I love it. I love this. I can't. Okay, these cards are coming out for a reason. Again. Because the message isn't being heard. And I love this, and I love it so much. This card came out the other day, and the message that I gave the other day is, this is a gift, a blessing that's been handed to you, and you have free will to do with it whatever you please. You have free will to endeavor the journey, take the guidance, do what is required on the journey. Or you can do whatever you want with your free will. At the end of the day, everybody has free will to do what they please. But you've been handed the gift, and you have free will to do with it whatever you please. If you stay in a state of, I don't know what you put yourself in a prison or whatever, and you don't break free of the obsession of the physical unity, then you're just staying there. This is an endeavor of oneself and getting to a sense of bliss, a sense of peace, a sense of harmony, a sense of balance, a sense of healing, a sense of love. So you have free will to do with what you please. If you want to stay stuck in, anger, denial, all sorts of things, the reluctance to let that ego die and let the ego win, that's your free will. We all have free will. But, that's the divine telling you you have free will to do with whatever you please. I've given you this gift. You can do with it with what you want, or you can endeavor the journey and do what is required. It is what it is. I can't believe this card. So there's a flower, there's two hands, there's free will, there's an offer. The way I look at this is if you do as you're told throughout this journey, and you get to that place of true, pure, unconditional love, forgiveness, healing, self-worth. There's so many things that go with this. Clearing karma. There will be an offer for you, right? They go hand in hand. And I love it so much. But as I say, this is a gift, and you have to be grateful for the gift that's been given. Sometimes we always ask without giving thanks. There's so many things to be thankful for. So give thanks before you ask, and and endeavor the journey with a pure heart, and an offer will come. I love it so much. Clearing karma, exactly. I'm gonna pull this this card out too, the third party card. I think there's a lot required for the twins on this journey, and clearing karma is one of them. And you've been summoned on a mission, and you have to clear the karma. I think the divine thinks you're strong enough to do it, and he, whomever you believe in, whomever you look up to, they've said you're the one that's strong enough to clear the karmic cycles of your past, ancestry, family dynamic, whatever it is. And I've selected you to do it because I felt you're strong enough to do it. And you have to. And it's not always easy, right? Generally what happens is you're a condition of subconsciously, it's so hard to explain, but the family dynamic just perpetuates the same cycles, and you just have to look and you have to see what isn't healthy, and then just break it, clear it, say, nope, I'm that person that is going to clear it for generations to come, even if it's like grandchildren, nieces, nephews, whatever it may be, brothers, sisters, cousins, whatever, friends, whatever it may be. You have to clear the karma, and you just have to set an example, and you just have to get rid of it. Sometimes in a family dynamic, things are swept under the rug. They're never spoken about, and that's not right, because to a child, a vulnerable child, it's not right, because what you're teaching a child is to sweep things under the rug, and that your emotions and your vulnerability doesn't mean anything. And then you grow up sweeping things under the rug, and it's not appropriate. That's what takes the innocence of a child away, and and that's what closes their heart out of protection. So that's essentially what clearing karma is paving and making a gateway to the next generation to not have that closed heart, if that makes any sense to you. And lastly, and most importantly, exactly what I wrote in my journal today: forgiveness. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. Forgive oneself, and forgive unconditionally. The most important thing you have to do is forgive yourself, because if you don't forgive yourself, you can't forgive anyone else. And some things may come into your life, and it may taint you, but you have to forgive yourself, and know that anything, pretty much, primarily, especially as it pertains to an inner child, it's not your fault. Forgive you, and then you can forgive others. This journey is about unconditional forgiveness. Forgive your twin. You know, let the past stay in the past. When you embark this journey, you have a profound love. It's confusing. It's daunting. One twin will run. Just forgive. They don't do it out of malicious intent. And let the past stay in the past. You're meant to heal. I love it. I love it so much. Very nice messages. Some repetitive. Only because you're not saying all. Some. You're not hearing the message. So I'm going to give you some different messages. The Divine Masculine could say anything to the Divine Feminine right now. What would it be? If they don't come out, which they always do, I will embellish. Oh dear. I can't. Sorry, too many. One card, please. I'm planning to take action soon. Again, the stuff can't be cheated. If this is truly your journey, and again, I will never tell you if this is your journey. That comes within yourself, within your soul. If you do the work, and you know it's a tough journey, you're presented with many challenges along the way. But if this is your journey and you are doing the work, the Divine Masculine is planning on taking action soon. And actually, they don't have a choice because they get pushed into it, believe it or not. And, you know, the Divine comes in and says, okay, what are you waiting for? You both have done the work. It's time for you to take some action here. So if you're doing the work, you're clearing the karmic cycles, you're getting to this unconditional love, doing everything that's required, the Divine will come in and push. And for many of you, the Divine Masculine is taking action soon. I see it. A lot of people send me emails, and in the subject line, it's like another union. Many people are very secretive, and they don't want to post anything on the wall. But I can tell you, there's traction every single day. I love this so much. I love it so much. You are my best friend. That dog, a dog is a man, woman's best friend. And, this just came out for a reason. The Divine Masculine thinks you're their best friend. You had the most laughter, the most fun. Again, the friendship was natural, full of chemistry, full of fun, full of so much. And I love it. I love it so much. And someone asked me to make a shirt. I cannot believe this. I love it. I love it so much. It just makes me laugh. I absolutely put this in there today. Hate that I hurt you. One of the biggest things in this journey for the Divine Masculine is the hurting. And he or she, strictly just energy, depends on where you are in the journey, but that's one of the biggest regrets. Because they know they hurt you. If this is truly your journey, it's love, right? It's pure, raw, vulnerable love. And it's confusing at the beginning, and you're neurotic actually at the beginning, because you cannot figure this shit out. And they never, ever, ever meant to hurt. Never. They run strictly, primarily out of fear for two reasons. They can't deal with, I said neurotic. It's neurotic behavior, I believe it or not. And the intensity, and, they're just not ready to face those wounds, because you are there to open them up and look and see what's not serving them. And at that moment, they're just not ready. And one of the biggest regrets is the hurt they never meant to. And, and you have to get to that forgiveness, wherever that forgiveness card is. You just have to forgive, right? This is a journey. And you have me lost in emotions. Again, I've been feeling that the last 24 hours. There's been some anxiety. I don't know why. It's the mind, the ego. Just let it go and, get to a place where you trust your heart and not your head. I'm a Gemini here, and I am a thinker. So I'm always about facts. So it's a very tough endeavor to follow your heart, believe me. But just follow your heart. I love it. I love it so much. So I'm going to do Animal Spirit now. And Divine Feminine's always first. These cards are difficult to work with. They're very thick. So if one faces up, I'll take it. If one falls out, I'll take it. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for Animal Spirit card, please. So wolf. That's kind of crazy. This dog. It's the canine family. Okay. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for Divine Masculine. For one card. I can't. Oh yeah, I saw crows yesterday, but I always see crows. Alright, so we have Wolf Spirit, 67. Here it says turn knowledge into wisdom. 6 and 7 is 13, or 6, or 7. I love it. I love it so much. Okay. Wolf Spirit leads you deep into the enchanted forest that holds the secrets to your life. Can you sense her beckoning you to follow? Asking you to take all that you've learned and all that you are learning to make it yours? Can you integrate it with your body, mind, and spirit? Whatever lessons you learned along the way, do not leave them unexamined. Be loyal to your dreams, to your soul, and to turning knowledge into wisdom and experience into magic. You are the one you've been waiting for. Be still and know that the sound of your heart beats in harmony with the whole world. The appearance of Wolf Spirit is an auspicious omen that says you are truly in alignment with your destiny. I love it. I love it so much. Follow your heart. Trust your heart. Sometimes, the head, the ego interferes with your heart. Just follow, and, you will have your ultimate destiny. And then we have Crow Spirit, number 17. Co-create with Spirit. I love it. I love it so much. I just love crows. They're very smart as well. Okay. As you look around, can you sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? How every intention can call the universe into action with sacred laws shape what you experience? The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with spirit, you will want to crow with delight, feeling the excitement and wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you are right on target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the visible world. The law of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it's still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you're concerned with now, what you hope for is on its way. For Spirit is your co-creation partner. Exactly what I said. Be grateful for what, give gratitude before ask, and be grateful for what you have. And, your wishes and your dreams will come true. I love it. I love it so much. And lastly, I cut my nails today because they're all breaking, so I can't pick anything up. Lastly, I'm going to give you this loving message. I love these messages. They're so beautiful. Take with you today on your blessed day. Call to my guardian angels for one card, please. Thank you so much. Front, back. And it says, try to look at things more from a feeling level. What is your heart saying? If you look at life purely through through logic, you will always get to a point where it seems to make no sense. True wisdom and understanding resides in the heart. I cannot believe this. It never ceases to amaze me. I love it. I love it so much. Exactly what I was saying. Think with your heart. The heart will never steer you in the wrong direction. If you think with your heart and not with your head, your dreams will come true. I love it. I love it so much. Again, if this resonates, thumbs up. If you're new, sub. And I wish you nothing but blessings on this journey. Have a great day, folks.